Good morning, and welcome to the Deal Room Live, the daily real estate deal tank powered by Titan Impact Group, a global leader in AI-driven real estate investing and funding, where the real estate world meets speed, precision, and profit. And bring us your deal so we can put it into our AI model that analyzes and structures real estate deals in minutes, generates all the docs you need to get the deal done, and gives you a verified, unbiased breakdown of due diligence report. The investors get the advantage of getting fully vetted AI analyzed deals that cut their due diligence time down by 60%. So you're in the right place. Let's open the deal room now and get into today's opportunity.
Favorite nerdy conversation.
I'm going to bring it over here, see if anyone can hear me. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, cool. No, I just seen some new people popping in, so I wanted to away from her popularity contest and touch base with everyone in here and let everyone know we'll be pulling Catherine back on the show here in about 30 minutes. So we've got some properties to look at today. We've got projects going on. Katya and Saray, oh, hey, you guys are going to get together and run that due diligence folder.
We're going to do the due diligence later today around 5 p.m. So I'll schedule that if you want to join in.
Yep.
And then to introduce you guys, I have Lucas joining the call from Denmark. So he's a friend of ours. So Tommy, Lucas, Laura, Lucas, Saray, and Lucas Blake.
Very nice to meet you guys. I'm excited to be here.
Pleasure to meet you as well. And coming from Denmark, what are you into real estate investing over in Denmark?
So I'm a student out here. So I'm half Danish, but maybe you can tell from my accent I've lived in California my whole life. So that's how I know Katya. Real estate out here is a bit tough. I know Copenhagen is really growing and really expensive. The rest of Denmark, not as much. And don't know too much about real estate just yet. So I'm here to learn from the pros and just see what it's all about.
Very cool. What does it look like as far as real estate over there? Do your laws and structure of real estate mimic what we have here in the United States at all?
So from what I know, it's quite a bit different. So there's a lot of laws about rental properties and about even Airbnbs. I know it's extremely hard. So my family actually has what's called a summer house out here. And so those properties specifically are only to be used as vacation properties, and you're not allowed to rent them out. So there's a lot of like very strict rules pertaining to real estate out here. But I
Very,
think for regular residential properties, it's a little bit more lenient than that, but there's still a lot of hoops you have to jump through. So
very interesting. No, I'm always intrigued with how different real estate areas across the country or across the world. Because, like, for example, when I found out in Mexico you can't own the land in Mexico, I was like, I'll never go to Mexico. Like that was immediate. Nope, ain't doing that. Like if I can't own the dirt, I'm not interested. But you can get long-term long-term leases, 99-year leases and stuff. But you're going to build a house that basically the state's going to own eventually. And if you ever screw up, they instantly own it. Like in Mexico, there's no messing around. If you own a piece of property, if you lease a piece of property and build something on it and you mess up in Mexico, they come and get it. They don't mess around.
that's interesting. And Europe, it's like similar with the strictness, but not exactly. I just know there's nothing for the whole of Europe like there is in the US, like something like Zillow. And that's just basically because every country has differences in the laws and the rules about owning and investing in property. So it's every country has like slightly different metrics and things like that. I bet if you go to South, you go to Italy, things like that, the market's completely different and what you're allowed to do with properties are completely different. So it is really cool. Maybe I can be the European net hunter out here for you guys.
No, for sure. If you can find us property to buy and make it make sense, we're all about it. So you're at school here in California. You say you've lived your whole life in California, but so do you have dual citizenship then?
So I'm in school here in Denmark. So I have dual citizenship. That's the reason I'm here, basically, because the school for me is free and I actually get paid to go to school here for university. No brainer, and it's hard to pass that opportunity. But I did live my whole life in California beforehand.
Nice. Well, great to have you in here. And so I appreciate you coming in and sharing all that wonderful information with us and keep coming around. We'll keep learning more about Denmark and all the fun stuff over there.
Yeah.
So what do we have going this morning? I know that I had a couple of projects that we were going to pull forward if we didn't have anything. So I'm going to make sure that everybody got a chance. Katya, what do you got cooking?
I have a couple of more warehouses that I can show throughout the podcast. We still have progress going on the Palisades property. just a bad week because I have finals and final presentations and stuff like that, which is why it's going a little bit slower than I want. But I can show you the warehouses if you want.
Okay, we'll hold those. Does Blake have any updates on the property he's got cooking? I know he was looking at a car wash or something like that.
I have a car wash in Phoenix, another car wash in Corona, California, and then I was able to find a multifamily property that the numbers seem to be decent on. I just want to run over as well.
All right. I'll let you pick two and dance with that. And then Saray and Laura, do you guys have anything at all? Or are you good with Blake jumping on ship real quick?
I'm good with Blake going. I don't have anything at the moment. Dealing with other things.
You're on mute, Ruth.
I'm good with Blake going. I have something I'm looking at, but I'm putting it through my filters before I bring it on, and we'll see if it's even worth you looking at.
Perfect. It's just real easy. You can always say, ask it or tell it that you need to match the $1 million or the 1 acre. And if it beats that criteria, then the potential to make at least 40% ROI.
Okay,
you-
so if you want to know what I did was I put it through Landshark and got a positive, but then I put it through the board that we created and I got a negative. So,
Right.
so I just want to look at it a little bit more before I bring it on.
Nice. No worries. And again, your board is gonna poke holes in it, but then try to feed back to you best case scenario and trying to make it work, right?
So I hope this was okay. I added 2 people to my board, which I added you so that I would have your voice in there. And then I also added Barbara Corcoran because she's really good with gut instinct and strategy. So I added those 2 to my board and I really like using that filter. I think it's really cool and it does show me a lot of things that I wouldn't know being so new.
Did you update your instructions sheet and all that stuff to do it? Perfect.
Yes.
Good. As
And
long
I
as you
added
do
it to the
that,
memory, so now it's filtering through that a little bit more too. So
that's great. Awesome. So again, when you run a deal in Deal Hunter, you should be able to then take it and put it into your real estate virtual board and let it reanalyze your deals, and where Deal Hunter's like, this looks good, your board's going to be like, but we know you and we know what you're capable of. Right. That's what it's good for. Sure. Awesome. All right. And then welcome on, Tina. I'm going to pull some property up with Blake here real quick, and then we'll jump over, find out what's happening in Boone. So Blake, which one you want to do? You want to do the car washes or you want to do the multifamily?
I'm gonna do the multifamily and then the car wash. So I'm gonna pull up the car wash first.
And then all the resources that come from there to help families, to help the kids, everything. So
Go ahead and share your screen when you're ready.
with AI, if I literally get a child adopted, you learn about 9 kids adopted. And so literally changed the kid's life forever. So I adopted.
All right, sorry, I was prepping both of them. So this was the car wash that we were looking at. They were asking, it is a self-serve one that's 24 hours in Phoenix, Arizona. They're asking 3.7 million for it. I'll go through some of the photos real quick. So they have a drive-through section, but then they have 5 other bays. They also have a self-serve pet wash. So you were installing the septic tank when we ran over it, and then I ran it through Deal Hunter.
All right, so you said run this deal, and it shows this is a clean, passive, triple net income deal, right?
Correct.
Because the business is going to stay running, right? We're not taking over the car wash. It's going to stay operational.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. Lucas has never used Landshark before, so I was wondering if Blake, could you scroll up for 2 seconds just so I can show him? So all you have to do is find the link to the property that you find, put it in there, and you just have to type run this deal, and it'll give you all this information.
It's like a very simplistic way of getting through some due diligence, doing some very important research on property and getting a quick set of eyeballs on it. In 33 seconds, this program has been able to look at all the stuff about this property and then return back a fair amount of information so that we can make an intelligent decision. So let's just quickly run through what it does provide us with. So it understands and validates the information provided in that document. And so Blake, if you want to show them the document we used to run this deal, it's just the offering memo from the ad that he found on LoopNet, I'm assuming. So this shows right here that like they're leasing the land to the business, right? So this is a lease to that particular business. So every year they get an annual rent of approximately $200,000 to $300,000 net. Okay. And so The terms of the lease are right there, and so you'd want to make sure that this is also going to be something that extends out and goes for a while, right? But basically, it's showing this is why the value is what it is. But to sit there and analyze this is going to take time. It's way easier to go dump it into Deal Hunter and say, run this deal, and then let it come back with some details. We'll show you.
Okay, that's awesome. Is
So
that tool available on ChatGPT if you don't have the pro version?
it is, but it's suggestible to use the pro version only because of the
Okay.
fact that the pro version, $20 a month, it increases the intelligence level of it, and it doesn't restrict you. Like when you start deep diving into something, it doesn't restrict you on how much conversation you can have with it.
I have Claude Pro and Perplexity Pro. I don't yet have ChatGPT, but that might be something that I consider then.
Say, no, it does a miraculous job of providing the details that are underlying that you would take 3 days to 3 weeks to discover. So
Right. That's awesome.
that's the importance of paying for the pro, is that it has the deep dive capabilities that the free version doesn't.
And then that PDF from LoopNet that we saw there, that's just like readily available on LoopNet's website and on most real estate websites.
Correct.
And again, this is what it'll do is we can actually deal source. Katya is a pro at deal sourcing, where
Okay.
she prompts it to go out and find the deals.
Right. That's awesome.
So you don't even have to really understand how to look for property. You can just type in "I like dirty dirt" and then boom,
Nice.
you'll get
Wow.
some who wowed me.
Nobody?
Laura wowed you.
Somebody's
But
got to wear
she
that.
deserved to say that wow. That was
Somebody
a
has
wow.
to wear the sass jar.
I was just sass jarring for Katya.
So
I mean, that seems
anyway,
like a powerful tool. That's awesome.
it is pretty amazing that it returns back what we need without spending a lot of time looking at it. So what it brings
Right.
back, it tells us a quick idea of what it looks like. So, and it gives us a go, no go. Is it a buyback? Is it a fit for what we do? And then it also tells us what it's not ideal for, like high leverage, high cash on cash, short-term value add, like none of that stuff's available. So the target is between 3.4 and 3.5. They're asking 3.7. The maximum price that it would allow us to go in at is like 3.6. So the walk price, where we're not interested in having that conversation, is going to be at the full asking, unless they can do some creative financing with us and the buyer's willing to do some tax-driven acquisition with it. So meaning like we can find somebody that needs a giant tax write-off and sell it to them.
So it gives you some opportunities for the strategy that you use going into it, basically.
Correct. And it helps you strategize
Awesome.
a plan on going in to do the takeover.
Right. That's awesome. Nice.
And if you keep scrolling, you'll see that it puts together a finance stress test. Like it does the computations and calculations for us to show like what the actual availability is. So, because even if we went to buy this, we'd have to buy it with debt. Say, for example, we got to go to the bank to get the loan. The bank is only going to give us a certain percentage of that property. And so right here, you can see that the highest amount that they give us, which is 25%, and at a ridiculously low rate of 7%, we are only getting a DSCR score of approximately 1.06. That is horrible for a commercial property because we want an average of 1.25 minimum, right? And we can't get to 1.25 unless we do a 60% LTV, which means that we have to come up with 40% of the money. So if we're at 3.75, let's just say at 3.75, that's going to be almost like another $1.5 million we got to come up with on our own to do the deal, right? So this really breaks this deal a little bit in the fact that because of the DSCR score, if we take the two rents that we would have to pay, if we take the two loan payments we'd have to pay and condition that against what we're getting on our lease, we're actually paying for our tenant to live there.
Okay. I understand that. Makes sense.
Right. So it's not worth doing that. And again, unless the owner's willing to do some owner financing deal. So then at that point, it makes sense, but they're typically not interested.
Right.
And all
Okay.
we can really do is just keep going all the way through that for me. If you don't mind, Blake, we'll finish it
Mhm.
out. It's showing here like our return rates on exit. So an IRR profile, if you will, is between 8 and 5%. Honestly, there's nothing out there in real estate right now under 2 digits that's worth doing. So if your IRR, which is your internal rate of return, is not
Right.
greater than 10%, it's not worth doing, right? Because there's
See,
so
okay.
much out there right now that's available to do that. This is literally more of a property set up for a tax write-off than it is for it to be a cash flowing asset. It's not
Okay.
structured as a cash flowing asset.
Okay, awesome, yeah.
So going through, it shows like the strengths have the long-term lease, absolute triple net, annual rental growth at 2%. That's way too low. Typically, it needs to be more like 3.5 or equivalent to inflation. Strong micro location, like I like Chandler Boulevard and 32nd Street, but the area is changing significantly. So, and right there, it says the affluent trade area. The people don't want to wash their own cars. So those 4 bays are actually a liability, not an asset. So the tenant only started in 2021. They've not made it through their 2 year. Technically, they're through their 2 year, but they're not probably making profit yet. So it says here that the current rent is probably too high, which is also an issue. Car wash use equipment is dependent on success. So if their equipment fails now, what do you do? Right? Then you have environmental issues, like they need to go out and test the area for the detergents and stuff going down in the ground. And so if they have a bad outdated septic system, you're going to be replacing an entire water treatment facility. So, and then personal guarantees need verification. So the OM states that a personal guarantee with 9.5 million net worth is backing this up. Who is that? What is that? Right? And so it's pointing out things that we would not normally be able to pick out without a little bit of prior knowledge. And that's what I like about Deal Hunters. You don't have to have the prior knowledge to run it and figure it out to see if it's going to work out. So contract prices here, it's given us some options to negotiate at. I would actually offer 2.9 million and make them choke, because at that point I would let them know right off the bat that their numbers don't match what buyers need. So in order for this to work, we need at least a 10 IRR. We need at least a 2.1 DSCR. And in order to get those, we have to have our price way closer to like 2.9, not 3.7. So scroll all the way down there, Blake. Let's take a look at it. It says funding strategies, conservative bank debt, seller carry to improve the DSCR. Keep going. 1031 tax motivated, all cash or lower leverage buyer, right? So these are the things that it's suggesting we can do. There's your due diligence checklist, and you can actually tell it to go do the due diligence checklist, create the checklist, and working on it. Keep going down. There's a lot to do there as far as inspections and everything else, getting your environmentals, your title and zoning done. So objections, these are the lender investor objections. So when we face objections from the bank or from a lender on this, then for an investor, these are the things it's suggesting that we come back with. So tenant is too new, special use property, DSCR is tight, environmental exposure, blah. So it says here, go if and no go if, right? So keep going down. And then it says here that you're looking for prices on additional car washes. What is your end result on this one? Like, let's see what it come up with.
This one just pulled up all the different car washes nearby and then the different types of them. So this is
Okay.
the one right here, self-serve, and then a lot of these, it didn't have the public data, so it wasn't able to
Oh,
pull them
right.
up.
Right.
So there's a
Yeah, Clean
couple.
Freak and Cobblestone and all that. And on that one, if it doesn't have if they're not operating under a membership deal, then it doesn't make sense. Like if they're just doing drive up and coin, that's outdated, right? So
They do have a membership deal. It's
yeah,
25 a month. So I looked
you
into
still
that.
did go ahead. Sorry, Catherine. So the numbers there are showing you like your market. We talked about, I think everyone had homework to go figure out how businesses and real estate are valued based on, remember what they were, income, market, and asset, right? Wait, go back down. Did they have a membership deal right there?
They did. Yes, I inputted the website, and they have $25 a month, but then they also have individual washes that you can do.
Right. No, that's cool.
I thought I'll bring some other deals than just raw land. So looking at different assets, but that's good to know.
Okay, go ahead and go all the way down there. Because again, we're buying the building and the property. We're not buying the business on this one. So we would need to understand what it looks like to value the business, because if they default on the lease, what is our protection, right? And so with this, what we would end up doing is also getting a lease and targeting it through. So we'll pull the lease through here and review it. And that would be the way we go through that as well. go ahead and go down to the bottom. Let me give it a prompt and then we'll jump over and look at your other deal.
All right.
This is Blake.
Can you restart it because Catherine doesn't know what we're doing yet? We're trying to run a deal, so, but I'm trying to prompt it and I can't do that with all the hooting and hollering Canadian.
Ready?
Somebody needs to be in the hot seat today. All right, ready, go. We want to come back with an offer of 2.9 million. Do the math on that for us so that we understand what the economics of it are now that we want to offer 2.9 million. Show us what our DSCR scores would look like, show us what our IRR would look like, and show us how we would be able to improve the economics based on that price. And so the computations of this would take at least 3 or 4 hours. It would take me 5 or 6 hours to get a hold of my CPA to do it. And so at the end of the day, it literally is probably at least 3 days before I find the answers to this on any other thing. But because Deal Hunter by Landshark is able to figure out computation so fast and do the things that it does, that it'll have the answers for us and really fast. So 3 minutes or less is usually what it does. So what is the other one you got? Like, let's see what that one's.
This one was in Glendale, Arizona. It was a 15-unit multifamily apartment. So looked at quite a
it
few,
has-
but
It currently has tenants. They want 156,000 per unit. So does it currently have a rent roll and tenants in it?
yes, it does. Let me look back at it. Let me see. It should say in Deal Hunter. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head.
So this is, I told it to, oh, this is your deal. Okay, go ahead.
15-unit. They were asking for 2.35 for it.
Right.
Opportunity zone.
It says
For
it was
taxes.
renovated in 2024, which I call BS on. It was built in 1965. So do the math on that. That'll tell you a lot. The
Mhm.
average unit size is about 672 square feet, which means they're getting less than $1,000 a month. Probably less than $1,000. Go ahead.
Pretty close.
It says that it's the assumed rent is 14, but I don't know why it's assumed if you gave it the OM. So go ahead and keep rolling through that. Let's see what it says. Cap rate becomes 7 and the DSCR is 1.3 with I think it was a 60% LTV.
I believe so.
And so it shows your sensitivity test right here with your rent assumptions and all that. So price check for a Class C multifamily, you can see that they're trading about 160 a unit. So the Class C cap rate usually about 6.5 to 7. The listing shows at a 156 per unit. So it doesn't say it's crazy on the surface, but at a base NOI of 169. The valuation method shows that a cap rate of 6.5 has the value at 2.6, but a 7 cap has it at 2.4. So a current asking at 2.3 says there is defensible, but if the real NOI is below 152, then they need to readjust the price again. So keep going. Your offer strategy is going to be at 2.1 and then max price before verified docs 2.3. And maybe this is what that guy was talking about the other day, Katya, because I don't do multifamily. And I think that guy we were talking to with that office space over there that's the world he lives in, is because it says right here that you make your offer and then they give you docs to support it. Right. And so that may be the way they want to play that game. It doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun to me. But anyway,
So they
Going
want you
through
to make an offer and then they present you all the documents?
to argue the price back up. So these are tactics that maybe multifamily uses. I don't know. I know in land, we don't do any of that because we don't care about your income when we're dealing with dirt. Keep going down. So funding paths, again, conventional, bank loan, seller carry, keep going. Private equity, JV partner. JV partner could be somebody with a 1031 that needs to move over into something like this, which is pretty decent. Due diligence checklist looks good. Keep going. And then here's your goes and no goes. So they're in there. And so when getting all the way through this, we're going to ask the seller to do more than a 10% carryback. We're going to ask for like a 40% carryback. But the other thing I would do too is keep in mind, if they don't have tenants here, I'd tear the damn thing down and build a bigger multifamily than what's there right now. That just makes more sense to me. I'd max out the units per acre. So go ahead and check your other deal real quick. And so 43 seconds it thought on it and came back and said at a 2.9 offer, here's what the economics look like. So the asking, right, going through it made the cap rate at 6.75. By going to 2.9, it makes it an 8.7. We're dropping the price 837,000. And so we're able to get decent basis points increase. So keep going down, it'll show what we got here. Now we've got DSCR scores that make sense. We can go up to, it looks like a 75% LTV still, okay, and get ourselves pretty good and situated, right? Because our loan amount will be like 2.1. We'll still need to come up with another 800,000 to cover that. And that's where we ask the seller to carry that, right? So like here's the thing. People sell property, they go for the most that they can possibly get. They don't try to go less. So if we don't try to go with the best that we can possibly get, it don't make sense, right? And so on this deal, he's got to take a haircut and it's got to make sense. So if they want to sell it, that's the way they do it right there. And we do a 2-year buyout with them on the owner carry part just to get through the note, and that's it. If they don't like it, too bad. Sell it to somebody else. Good luck and move on. So go ahead and hit the dictate button. Put together an impromptu LOI using all the components of a letter of intent necessary for it to be considered professional. And we want to use the information that we currently have to do that. We want to offer 2.9. We want the seller to carry 30%, and we're going to be using a debt structure to get it taken care of through our commercial banker. We will need to have all of the pertinent information to verify and validate the current information as it's been provided, but we are only interested in offering 2.9 purchase price with owner carry of 30% of that so that we can get it purchased quickly. If they're okay with this opportunity, let's get into a deeper conversation. And so then I would just take whatever this LOI says and send it over to them and do what they say.
That sounds good.
The more offers you throw at people, the faster you're going to get to a deal, right? You got to throw 100 offers to catch 10. Oh, Trevor Hicks showed up. Good morning, my brother.
Morning, good morning.
There he is. We've got to jump on a call later. Trevor put up some EMD for us, and we've got a hiccup in the contract where we had a contract on a property and the tenants were evicted in the middle of the contract.
Oh boy.
So now we've got to probably go to arbitration because they're saying, well, they were your partners that got evicted. No, they aren't. We signed a contract under Titan Impact Group. We didn't sign a contract under the evicted partners. We were trying to help them get the loan, but we had no idea that they were going to get evicted in the process. And
Oh,
so
boy.
now we've got this huge snafu because we've got equipment in the building that we currently own. The people that were there, we gave them, the tenants that were there got a loan to pay the rent, but apparently they didn't pay the rent with the loan. And so that's how they ended up getting evicted. And so now we've got to play this cat and mouse game to try and work all this out on this contract. And so we'll keep everybody abreast because it's a rare opportunity to have to negotiate through a contract situation. We'd still like to buy the building. We'll even still pay the same price, but we need to adjust the terms so that it makes sense for our lender, because no one's going to lend money on a property that doesn't have a tenant in it. So unless we can make it make sense, I want to get with you later on, Trevor, on that. and
Sounds good.
make sure we round back.
Cool. No worries.
All right, Katya, do you have anything you're pulling up right now, or what do you got?
Do you want to see the second warehouse that I could potentially walk this week?
Let's go look at it real quick. Let's see what the
Okay.
opportunities are.
Okay.
And so what this is, Katya is trying to expand her current investor club that she has from school. And we're looking for a clubhouse to do this from. So it says this is a 17-second thought on a property called 3 Watney. I really want to make fun of that name. I don't know why. Where are you having a party tonight? Over at Watney?
I know it's a funny name.
You got a networking event? Watney? That's what's that.
Okay, if it's not going to work out because of the name, I'll move on to the next one.
He's saying he likes the name.
I do, because I can pick on it all day. Freestanding industrial flex building. Okay.
Yes.
And so
And it has cool stuff.
it has cool stuff.
Yes.
It's empty. That's one of the bonuses right there, right? It's an empty building at this point. That's
Mhm.
nice. Looks like it has some industrial space in the back, right?
This is giving me Close Scottsdale vibes. Is that correct?
Good enough. It's a good amount of it for sure.
Like, see, with these lights and stuff?
Yep. And the bays,
Yes.
right?
And then it's
Is this-
Irvine. Oh, sorry, go for
Sorry,
it.
is this the property that Manny Koshman owned beforehand? Or is he still owning it? Because he's another big real estate investor. It looks like his old property or whatnot.
Oh no, I
or
don't
what
know.
they.
I'm not sure. Does it say up there who owned it?
No,
No.
I used to follow the guy Manny Koshman a lot. He's just another big investor and car collector, which is mostly where I found him from. And I believe this is his old property, so that's just
Oh.
interesting. Just thought I'd point that out.
It's worth a dive into, right?
So it's in by Irvine Spectrum in Great Park. So it's that same area that we were talking about.
So is it considered the Irvine MSA or is it considered the Podunk MSA?
That's a good question to ask, but it was advertised as in Irvine
Right. Okay.
instead of Lake Forest, which is the one where the other warehouse was.
Got it.
Okay, let's see. 9.5 purchase price, 29,000 square feet. Price per square foot is 325, 1.5 acres, 24-foot ceilings, 83 parking stalls. And a lot of parking stalls are good for this concept in case there's events and stuff like that. And then the first floor is 19,000, second floor is 10,000. And here are your numbers, Tommy. The numbers better than me.
And again, like this has given us the idea that we'd be able to get a loan for 65 to 70%,
Uh-huh.
which is a $6 million loan, which typically, and it's given it to us at a like 7% vibe. So we'd need to still come up with at least $2.5 to $3.5 million to cover the other side of that. And we could do that with equity. We have revenue targeting that we're going to have to look at. So with 83 members at $600, it like gives you what your illustrative monthly would need to be there. I like that as far as like, this is right. So the price per square foot is lower. It's a bigger building, better parking, more warehouse functionality, etc. So it says that LoopNet labels it 100% leased flex building, even though it's marketed as an investment owner user. So it's like, well, which is it, right? So how much of the building do we control? How much do we actually use? Stuff like that. But metric wise, like what we'd be able to lease it for and stuff is pretty good. Is that all you got on that one?
So is this worth, for now, yes. Do you want to dictate anything? Is this worth a phone call to one of these guys?
Definitely worth a phone call, see if you can walk it. But again, I think what we would want to do is limit the information as to how much we're gonna, like exactly what we're gonna be doing there, etc. So if you don't mind, I would like to go back up a little bit more. I'd like to look at the first floor office space. Here, right, that floor plan right there, go down a little bit where it says floor plan. Like I want to see that as
Oh,
large as
sorry.
possible. Cause that's where your warehouse is there.
And where it said revenue target thinking, it didn't mention anything about the luxury car storage. So
No.
that would be an add-on potentially in that warehouse.
And again, and I would actually expand the warehouse. It says that it could go to 10,000 feet. See the red area where it says it's expandable? Like that's what I'm realizing is that's where I would want to do the expansion. I'd actually want to expand all the way through the first floor and eliminate, like just only have a couple offices.
Well, it's nice because this is open space. So
Right.
theoretically, we could create this whole section open.
Right, exactly. So getting all that opened up for more vehicles in there for sure. And being able to have like at least 15,000 square foot to park cars would be great. So, and then the part that is second floor, you can see is right over that area right there. So it'd be lower ceilings or whatever, but we could totally deck out that upper floor to have more offices and be all window offices and like everybody gets an executive suite. We'd call it executive suites, right?
Okay, cool. So I'll call them today and I'll get a walkthrough scheduled. But I love how many windows it has. You can even see right here, it has this awesome balcony. It looks, well, based on the pictures, it looks a lot better than the last warehouse we were at.
Maybe newer as well. I don't think it's 40 years old. The building looks to be about 25 maybe.
Lucas, do you know what this building was used for?
So I just did like a little bit of digging. I think it's a different one that just looks extremely similar. So I'm not sure about this one. If it's the same one that I was thinking about, which it doesn't look like it is, then it was just normally rented out, except for I believe the first floor, which was used as the guy's own office or part of
Okay.
the first floor at least.
Okay.
And so between this being like a Club Scottsdale and even like a workspace, a co-working space, like all the way across. So
And I was talking to several entrepreneurs in the area, And
Right.
a lot of them, since COVID shut down a lot of these huge business buildings, everybody's working from home, and that's great. But at the same time, they want to go somewhere like maybe once or twice a
Yeah,
week.
right. And they don't, and again, they're not wanting to have a full-time office that they have to maintain. They would
Yes.
much rather have a co-working space, co-office space that they can just come and go, right?
Yeah,
So,
so Tina's asking, what's the ROI on this investment? Are you talking about this warehouse that we're looking at, Tina?
Right. What's the expected? And I ask this too because this is when I start looking at my property or any property, right? I want to know where's the income going to come from based off of what's the invested amount of money into it.
If you go back to your ChatGPT for just a second, so just inside of what we've been talking about with Katya, so you can see the revenue on this is 131,000 a month. The mortgage was going to be around 50,000, but we also still need to pay the equity waterfall to the investor. So we don't know right now. It's a whole lot of assumptions why Katya is doing all this research, but the numbers are still looking pretty good so far.
right, because if we have a gross revenue of $130,000 and just say half of that goes to
The mortgage,
through expenses,
right?
you're still at $70,000 a month left over, $60,000 a month left over, and your monthly mortgage is 50,000. You still have $10,000 a month surplus, which is 120,000 a year.
And to Katya's point, they haven't even added in the actual luxury car
Right.
storage fees.
And we could end up with, like, we could target 2 or 3 rental companies or 2 or 3 luxury exotic car dealers like Lappin. And you find somebody like Lappin who's willing to pay 50 grand a month to be there. That's the point.
So Tina, we're still
And you guys
working-
are seeing that you're able to get that revenue from co-working spaces?
we're
And then we're in the building doing it right now.
Okay.
And well, it's not just this building, but multiple buildings.
right.
We've got multiple locations as well at Utah, Texas, and Vegas that are doing this currently as well. So
And Philadelphia. So we're building this out all the way across the country.
Katya's already got about 80 people in her network, right?
But they're college students. I don't know if they
Yeah.
wouldn't be applicable to this.
Same rules apply though, right?
So
Yeah.
Katya, SRA, same rules apply. If you can do this with a bunch of college students, we can do this with a bunch of investors and entrepreneurs.
Instead of going to college, we're going to car dealerships.
I can do that. I'll be at Cars and Coffee.
I was gonna say 2 cars and coffee. You get a lot
Oh
of people
my
there.
goodness.
Oh, that's a great idea.
I'll be
So-
like, hey guys, do you want to come to my warehouse?
I was also going to add that in the area that it is in, there are quite a few car dealerships. Irvine's main car dealership like center is right there, which has Lamborghini, Bugatti, McLaren. Then there's also, I believe, 2 others that are specifically for luxury cars as well, like literally a few minutes away, just in that general area. So it seems like a good place to be.
So having a car club right there only makes sense.
It'd be great.
Catherine,
Absolutely.
this is Lucas, by the way, my friend from Denmark.
I love it, Lucas. I'm so happy you're here with us.
Again, thank you so much. This is just awesome so far. So I'm just really excited. I appreciate the opportunity.
Scratching the surface.
I'm really excited.
Absolutely.
I'm really excited that everybody's land shark logo looks like they're going to get eaten by the land shark.
Something over my head, like protecting me.
Am I wrong, or is mine the only way that's facing the other direction than everyone else?
No, yours is that way so that it looks
No,
facing
Okay.
the right direction.
it's
just when
reversed
you
for
film it-
you. Mine is the same way. If
Okay.
I look at my own, it's
If you
reversed,
look at
but
your
it
own.
looks fine for us.
I see. I thought I was being targeted. I'm sorry.
No, you have
No,
your
no.
Zoom settings.
Not
Your-
yet, Lucas. Just you wait.
So,
Okay.
Katya, let's dictate real quick with it and find out what the opportunity to do like a used car lot, executive car lot in there would be.
Okay, ready, set, go.
We would like to see what the opportunity is to have an exotic car dealership inside this building. It's going to be an exclusive exotic car dealership, meaning that we're going to be basically just buying, trading, and selling exotic cars. We're not going to be doing a large showcase of them, but we want to have them inside the building and do by appointment only. Like the same rules apply as far as like a by appointment only mattress store. We're going to have by appointment only exotic car market store. So we first got to check if it's allowed to be done.
With the zoning.
And then based on that, if we have a 10,000 square foot area that we're charging Just say we're charging $3 a square foot. That's 30,000 a month right there. So it's gonna roll through that. Is today Wednesday or Thursday? I don't know why I want to feel like today is Thursday so bad.
Dancing tonight.
We gotta go all the way to Goodyear.
Anybody want to go line dancing with us tonight? It's so fun.
I would love to, but a little
About
far.
next week.
I don't know how
I'm
to
a bit
line
far
dance.
away. I wish.
I'll have to virtually line dance with you, Catherine, from Iowa here.
Okay, so
Right.
appointment only exotic car dealership is more plausible in Irvine than a traditional walk-in dealership, but the city appears to treat a low intensity online vehicle sales office as a specific office type when it is truly appointment only and does not include on-site repair, storage, or display beyond narrow limits. So is our goal to have the exotic car dealership, or is it to have the members?
It's another subtenant.
Okay, so
Right.
we don't want the members to bring in their personal cars and
Yeah.
pay for storage. Or we
And
do.
they can. And they can. What they're gonna
Okay.
do is they're gonna pay for a membership. Storage is free.
Okay.
The online thing, same thing. We're not storing the vehicles. They're just parked here.
Okay, in 2026, Irvine approval letter, the city approved an online vehicle sales office because it was office-based, appointment only, and expressly excluded vehicle repair, storage, and broader display activity. That matters. The appointment only part helps, but the indoor keeping, storage, display of inventory pushes the concept beyond the cleaner online vehicle sales office. So I'll need a call and see what they allow. The city specifically warns that in 5-4 general industrial properties in the Irvine spectrum, professional office use is generally limited to no more than 50% of each suite and must support a permitted activity. And they tell applicants to check the specific site with the planning counter because trip entitlements can block uses even when zoning sounds close. Could it work? Possibly, yes. Is it clean by right? Probably not something I would assume. What makes it more realistic? The building's physical specs are actually strong for this concept. Physically, it's one of the better boxes you have looked at for an appointment only exotic inventory model. The main legal risk is if the city sees it as a vehicle sales dealership with on-site inventory storage display. My recommendation is to frame it carefully, and here's the number and email that I will reach out to.
Right. Okay. Well, and again, like this is just a tenant we can bring into the building. Most of these exotic car guys like to have their vehicles all parked inside. So let's see if it'll allow that co-working space.
Okay, do you want me to dictate or just
I'll dictate it. This would be one of the possible tenants that we would have in the building. They would only have about 10 to 12 cars rotating through here monthly. So the volume of traffic would be low enough. We also want to look at it being an exotic car club, an entrepreneur club with affinity for exotic cars and expensive luxury cars. So we want to understand what is the current market price of industrial property leased in that area so we can understand the value for our members.
So Catherine, remember when you came to the man cave? So did the owner need to discuss with the zoning to have his cars parked in there?
Ready for this? It's literally called learning how to beg for forgiveness instead of asking for permission.
Okay.
Right?
This club that Catherine flew into for my financial literacy sessions, the guy has maybe 8 cars. So that's why I was asking. Okay.
You don't need permission for how you're going to use the warehouse.
Okay.
It's a good question. Say that again?
Her property has garage bay doors too. So what are we looking at here? So yes, I would separate this into market lease rates and member value rate. So it shows here that you're not over $2 a square foot on anything out there. Keep going. Okay. Go ahead and ask it to review like what it would be for. But okay, so now looking at it, let's figure out what the per square foot price is on the office space, because we would want to do a co-office unit like the company called Spaces or the company called Workuity or the company called Insipidus. These companies have co-working space. What is the office square foot price on this property? And so now it'll calculate out that other 10,000 square foot upstairs. get an idea what that looks like. So it's wanting to do the whole, I don't want it to do the whole space. So let's tell it that we only need the available office space, meaning that like 10,000 square foot. We only have about 10,000 square foot of usable office space that we would be leasing out. So I want to know the per square foot price of office space in the Irvine market. And then we're going to break all this down into what the building would totally be able to earn with the fact that we would have about 12,000 square foot of industrial, 10,000 square foot of office, and the rest of the space would be considered common area. Because I think based on, can you go back and look at your metrics on that flyer for the building up there at the top, and you're talking.
You're muted, Katya.
Sorry, I just had to move the bar. That
Yeah.
like audio video. Okay.
Go back down a little bit and we'll look at this floor plan again. And so it says like 12,000 square foot of office, 7,000 square foot of warehouse just on the first floor. And then you got the 10,000 square foot upstairs as well. So with the downstairs, we could probably definitely go bigger than that for sure.
Okay.
Built in 1982. It's more than almost 40 years old. So looking at it from here, you've got $30 a square foot on your office space, and then like $20 a square foot on your industrial. So let's see what the metrics are, what are the economics giving us. So our revenue on office is anywhere between 20 and 25,000, 25,000 on industrial. So do you see here, like these are our base numbers. And so low case scenario is like 41,000 a month. And then the high case scenario, mid case and high case are below that. You're looking between 41,000 and 48,000 a month, just base, right? So that's why this only works if we get a club involved and multiple tenants.
Okay.
So that should answer Tina's question as to where's the ROI? There is none unless you do something fancy, right? And so owner operators, this is an owner operator space. This isn't something we buy and then try to find a tenant for, because at the price that it's at, it's not worth it. So, but with Katya doing what she's wanting to do there, the club itself really does add to the value, because again, we're going to be leasing out these 10 offices to people for $2,500 a month. That right there, those are little cubicles, and we'll actually put 20 in there instead of 10, and we'll actually make them like $2,000 a month instead of 25. And that's going to bring us all the money we need to pay the mortgage. Everything else after that is gravy.
How do you anticipate, did I miss it, to taxes and insurance on this? Is that also going to be included into the tenant?
And again, like when we would be, if we were leasing it out to somebody else, that would be tied into the triple net. They're going to have a per square foot price, and then they've got to pay the taxes, insurance, and maintenance, right? So that's a triple net we don't even factor. But if we're going to be the operators and the tenants at that point, that comes out as part of our operating expenses. So based on just trying to make sure we got the mortgage covered, we would need to lease out our co-office spaces for $2,000 a month to people that just need the office space and want to do it in a cool building. They don't need it full time, they just need it part time. Because if we gave them a 10 by 10 area for say $5 a month, that's $50 a square foot per year, right? No. $60 a square foot per year. And the going rate over there is currently 20. So that's the difference, is when you get a fractional office space, you don't get to pay standard going rate of market. It's usually double or triple what the going rate of market is, because you're only getting the fractional space. So, and then there's signups for it and stuff like that. It operates much like I don't know, if we only had 60 people in that and we had 20 spaces to rent, that's what it would come down to.
But I can already see so many ways to bring in high-level entrepreneurs into this space through outreach, marketing, hosting events. So I'm excited.
Yep, there's that. And so the part we're doing with this, if Katya is able to find a building that doesn't have environmental problems and jerk offs for realtors, then what we would do is we would draft a subsection A3 disclosure for Titan 23. We'd raise her the $10 million in capital necessary. And we would then support this through our endeavors with investors, that we'd buy the building and have it set up so that we could build it out to be a big deal out there in Irvine. Thanks for coming in today, Tina. We'll see you soon. All right, we run over a little bit. Anybody got anything else to add and throw in here?
No, Tommy, did you see the email I sent you with the Chicago information for you to look over and let me know your thoughts? No.
I seen the thing where I had to sign up for something this morning, and that's as far as I made it. That was on the.
Okay, I'll just call you later. It's fine. Let's go.
Let me double check my messages. No, all I have from you is the Asana. Joining Asana, is that where it's at?
I'll check. It was like a document I shared it, but let me just reshare it.
Okay,
And then I'll just call you later.
okay.
So-
And then we, go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry. No, it's okay. Go for it. Okay. I was just gonna say, Lucas just sent me 2 luxury car dealerships in the Irvine area with a similar concept. Would it be smart to go to them and see their numbers and ask about their plans and outreach? Okay.
Go there as a possible person looking for a car. You can tell them that you're looking for a car. Just play the part, right? Don't go in there and be like, I want to be your competition. I'm super cute. You know?
Okay, sounds good.
They'll chuck you to the damn weeds. You'll have to come get your cowboy stepfather to come and whoop them.
Oh boy.
Okay, sounds good.
We're gonna make more come on the call next time we got dumb people. That way she understands why Tommy's so mean.
Oh boy. Boy.
We'll see if Amor can pray him into brilliance instead
How
of
really I get. I'll try that.
start dropping words of Bible on them. So, but absolutely no, let's see what you can come up with on that. Go check out the little things around the area on what Lucas sent you. Good job on digging that up, Lucas. And then we're going to jump on a call at some point today, correct, with Saray, and then walk through the due diligence report of the property that she's got out there. And that seller is like really far up my behind as far as like doing something. He's like, I want to do something now. Like, the harder you push me, the slower I want to move.
You're welcome. I thought I would just come in really hot and bring something really intense.
The race call's actually tomorrow, not today. We can
Is
do
it tomorrow?
Well, my
They're
call
doing
with
due diligence.
Katia is today.
Right.
My call with Tommy is tomorrow.
And we're doing the LOI tomorrow. We're gonna do due diligence today and the LOI tomorrow for sure.
Right.
So, and then I think that's that. I don't know. I don't have anything else. So nobody has anything else, do you want to share more? Did you share it, or how do you want to do it? Do you want to do it on the call tomorrow, or you want to do it later today?
I'll do it on a, no, I'll do it on a call tomorrow.
Very good. So we're gonna
Okay,
work on
tomorrow.
some, we're gonna work on some more documents for Titan 23. We've got an RV park that we gotta do our documents on that, get that done ASAP.
Is it live now? Is Titan 23 live now? Okay.
I think you were sent the deal room to go look at for the
Yeah.
data center.
So let me share this with all of you.
Well, some people I was gonna share it with, and I just want to make sure.
If you go,
We have the data center.
can you show
Yeah.
pull it up, share it so everybody can see it?
I just want to make sure I'm doing the right thing.
And Tommy, I sent you a campground too that Daniel had somebody get in touch with him about. I don't know if you saw that. It was an email I sent you.
I might need to get a new email because I am so inundated with emails.
It was a couple of days ago. I just figured you were busy, so I hadn't brought it up yet.
Always text me, and this goes for everybody. If you send me something, an email, say, hey, I sent you an email.
Oh, yeah, I did. I was like, I know I
Will
sent
do.
this. Am I losing my mind? Yes, I did. Yesterday at 6:16. Well, 6:16 my time.
You sent the email or the text message?
The email. Here, I'm just gonna forward it again. Well, you want me to text it to you instead? Is that better?
No, send me the email, but then text me that you sent the email, and I'll be able to
Okay.
jump, right? I'll be able to
I'm
jump back in.
gonna resend it to you.
Because Trevor was supposed to get an email as well and didn't get one.
So I was like, am I losing?
I
No,
responded to Trevor and didn't get anything back. And he said he didn't get anything.
okay, it's fine. I'll just start texting you when I send this stuff. Okay.
Catherine, I'm sending you right now 2 documents from Matt Waltz about the 2 projects they're raising capital for.
Oh, and can you put me in touch? Like, I just had another nonprofit in Arizona reach out to me. I know we were supposed to be talking to someone so I have a meeting set up with them to see what they need, but I can't think of the name of the nonprofit, but I'm meeting with them on Friday to just see what type of buildings and stuff they need.
We can do that. We have a bunch of stuff available right now. Saray, I don't have anything from you.
Okay.
I just sent you
No
an
worries.
email, Tom.
No worries. I'll just resend it to you. No problem.
Oh wait, stop. Lake Area Campground.
And I don't really know much about it. It's Daniel's contact, and he asked me to send it to you, so I did as asked.
Daniel.
So sorry,
Oh.
Brooke.
They're Their last name is Rook. Everybody calls him Rook for.
He will always be
that's-
Rook.
He'll always be Rook in my mind.
Sorry, guys. We were babies when we met. He did not go by the last name then.
He did not go by his last name then. Oh, let me see.
Well, I gotta run to my presentation.
Good
In
luck.
color.
You got this. You got this.
In the meantime, here is the
Good luck,
link
Katya.
for the capital raise that we are doing for you all to check out on what it looks like.
Can you share the screen real quick so they can see it too?
So this is our data center. It's a $10 million raise. And I put the link so you all can check it out. So it's got all the fun pictures.
Oh, got it.
That's the targeted close date, which I need to probably change that.
It's June 1st.
I need to change that. See all the details and everything. I need to give some project updates, but the investment presentation, everything's there. We'll be putting in some more fun things. So people
Okay.
can take a soft commitment, which just means that they're raising their hand saying, hey, I'm interested in this. And then they would say how much they want to invest. And then we go through the whole fund process.
Okay. Thank you.
We need to get a bunch of marketing. We're going to be doing a webinar. And when we get all that out, we'd love anybody's assistance in getting that shared. They want to be
Okay.
a very cool project.
And Tommy, when do we want to figure out the fractional?
I think what we need to do is come up with the membership deal, right? And then we don't necessarily have to come up with the deals.
No, we
have-
don't.
Until we have all the members, right?
Yes, we don't have to come up with the
You know,
deals.
what we're talking about is it's called fractional. It's for non-accredited investors. Basically, it becomes our own club and micro fund for anybody who wants to be a part of this. And we all get to invest in it and then at a smaller rate. And then creating those multiple streams of passive income and just keep doing deal after deal. It's very exciting. So Amor is spearheading this for all of you. And it's going to be pretty awesome. We're excited.
Oh,
Are you done? Do you want to say a prayer? Let
Yep.
everybody go.
I'll pull it together with a prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank everyone for coming in today, and we ask that you continue to bless and guide us so that we can go out into the world and do your will. In your son's name we pray. Amen.
Okay.
take care.
We're excited you're here, Katya. Thank you for inviting him. Everybody, thank you for your participation. You're extraordinary, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See you. Bye bye.
Thank you guys so much.